At 1. Race and racism have become less important factors in explaining social disparities in the UK. That is the controversial conclusion of a major review commissioned by the government. The Commission on Race and Ethnic Disparities, set up after the Black Lives Matter protests, found that social class and family structure played a bigger role in determining people's lives. The Commission says that concerns that the UK is institutionally racist are not borne out by the evidence, but that overt racism remains. But campaigners say they feel deeply, massively let down by the report and that the government did not have the confidence of black and minority ethnic communities. McKenzie reports.
Last summer's Black Lives Matter protests were some of the biggest seen in the UK. Hundreds of thousands of people lined the streets up and down the country, calling for change. It was triggered by the killing of George Floyd in America. The government reacted and commissioned a report looking into racial disparities, which it has published today.
No one in the report is saying racism doesn't exist. You know, we found anecdotal evidence of this. However, what we did find was the evidence of actual institutional racism. No, that wasn't there. We didn't find that in our report.
The report concludes race and racism have become less important factors in explaining social disparities. But its author admits while racism does exist in this country, the UK is not institutionally racist, which has angered some race campaigners.
The two people appointed to lead an independent commission were on record denying structural racism and institutional racism 15 years ago. So it's no surprise that we have Tony Sewell saying that he didn't find any evidence of institutional racism. Well, he denied its existence 15 years ago. He's hardly going to change his mind.
The Commission has made 24 recommendations, which include the acronym BAME, that's Black, Asian and Minority Ethnic, should no longer be used. Other recommendations include creating a police workforce that represents the communities they serve and increasing the legitimacy and accountability of stop and search through body-worn video cameras.
The Prime Minister asked them to do this report because although he thinks that there is a good deal of progress that's been made in recent years, there's a lot more to do. And so we will be listening and reading very carefully the recommendations from the commissioners about what more the country needs to do to tackle inequalities.
The Commission believes that if these recommendations are implemented, it will give a further burst of momentum to the story of the UK's progress to a successful multi-ethnic and multicultural community. But some race campaigners believe we're some way off from actually achieving this. McKenzie, BBC News.
Well,